Hi everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Alan Schwartzstein. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm a past president of the Wisconsin Academy of Family Physicians. I also have served in the past as Vice Speaker of the Wisconsin Medical Society, and last year was Chair of the American Academy of Family Physicians Commission on the Health of Public and Science. When I think about leadership, three things come to mind. First of all, being willing to volunteer or step up to join a group or work on an issue. Secondly, serving as a model that others can emulate. And third, serving a group or an issue in a manner that helps others to decide things. On the first step of leadership really is being involved in something, and so stepping up really is an act of leadership. One puts oneself in a position where one can learn from others, one can be involved in an issue, one can be involved in a group, and that itself demonstrates leadership. Secondly, I think serving as a model that other people can watch and look and see and demonstrate how others should act is a very good thing and very important in family medicine these days. Really, as we go to meetings, as we're in our clinics, we should perform in a way that we would be admirable, be trustworthy, and others will see that and try to emulate it. And that's really a very quiet, passive form of leadership. Especially in family medicine these days, it's important that us as leaders, that we keep our internal concerns, complaints internally, and that outwardly we present a positive, constructive view. The third thing is a leadership philosophy that's called servant leadership. And I've learned about this over the last few years. This was conceived by a man named Robert Greenleaf, who wrote several books about it. And if you'd like to read a short fictional piece that demonstrates it, I would suggest you read Journey to the East, which is by the author Hermann Hesse. In servant leadership, one does not strive to accumulate power to get up towards the top of the pyramid, but one rather serves a group or serves an ideal in order to help others do their best work and come to the best product. For example, when I was the board chair of the Wisconsin Academy of Family Physicians, I saw my goal not as directing people towards a certain way, but in looking at the issues that faced us and enabling the board and helping the board to have discussions and deliberations that would move them forward toward the right move for the Academy, not for Alan Schwartzstein. When I served as Vice Speaker of the Wisconsin Medical Society, clearly my role as a parliamentarian was really to facilitate the discussion around the resolutions and the ideas and let the House of Delegates itself make its decisions on those things, and I simply provided a framework for them to do it and let them make their decisions. Finally, in my role this past year as chair of the AFP's Commission on the Health of Public and Science, we faced a number of issues that were very controversial. And I saw my role as working with the executive staff to set up a framework so that the members of the commission could look at these things, talk about them, discuss them, make recommendations for the best way to go. Several times there was a lot of mixed debate, and one of those examples is when we talked about the Firearm Safety, which was very controversial in this past year and continues to be. The committee worked on it very carefully and came forward with a recommendation that we sent to the AFP board. The board sent this recommendation back because they were not happy with a term that we had used, assault weapons, which is a term that, as you're familiar with, is very controversial on this topic. I convened the executive committee of the commission and looked at this and suggested various options for us to go on it. The committee members did not agree with me and proposed another option, and so I let them work on it, and we came together with a product that then presented to the board. The board was willing to accept as a term. So we now have something where we can actually address this issue of weapons that some people call assault weapons and take a position in which we can add to the debate and try and move this issue forward nationally. I hope that's been helpful to you. These sorts of things help me in my roles as leadership, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in Hershey in a few weeks. Thanks very much.